Let's do this. Good morning. Good afternoon. What's going on out there today? Yeah. So, kicking it, waking up, doing that coffee thing. Sorry, one of these days I'll get this all set up, looking better. I'm not one of those guys who is all about image and, you know, I've had people write me before and say, hey man, why don't you get a better camera? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? Listen, guys, I'm into playing guitar, putting my time and energy into the guitar. I've never been into all the other smoke and mirrors that come along with this bogus music business that some of us are in. So, anyway, I personally love just these phone videos from home jamming. I follow one of my favorite guitar players ever. I love his videos, and he just does them. He just does them from his phone like this, and it's my favorite dude to follow online. Is yo, what up, Grover? How are you? Is Joe Bonamassa? I'm a huge Joe Bonamassa fan. What up, George? George's. Um, and I love how Joe Bonamassa just basically like what I'm doing. You know, he just hits record on his phone and lets it rip. I love that. I love the honesty and the simplicity of that. No smoke and mirrors, no poser things. You know, no wearing a certain outfit. I mean, look what I'm wearing, guys. This is what I'm gonna wear to the gym today. So, you know, no smoke and mirrors here. That's what I personally like. I like it on the real. I follow other people that do live videos like this, and they're just doing it through their phone, sitting at home, and I love that. I love the honesty of that. To me, that is very just awesome and cool. So that's how I'm doing my videos, guys. Although I will eventually get a better camera and it will look better. And I am doing my videos from a lot of times now from my new spot, but this is still just my like bedroom jam. So yeah. Anyway, so yesterday we premiered and dropped the new video for my song Signum, done by the very amazing CSMY Productions, and seems like you guys all love it. It's been nothing but positive feedback. Thank you. We put a lot of time into it, and I love the video. Um, I really love the way when I make these videos with CSMY. Um, I love how we're kind of getting into like psychedelic type stuff, which I don't do psychedelics at all. But I do like psychedelic music. You know, I'm a hippie at heart, as you can see with my hippie tapestry behind me. Um, you know, vintage gear. Even though this is a new SG, obviously the SG is a old school guitar. You know, I grew up on that stuff. So that's what I love about this Signum video. There's a lot of visual, kind of psychedelic things going on that I love. I love that stuff. You know, I'm a huge Jimi Hendrix fan. Um, love old Cream. I love a lot of that old psychedelic music, uh, minus the drug use. But yeah, the video is great. You know, and I think that's kind of the vibe I like going for. Is kind of a psychedelic, trippy kind of vibe visually, and I think we nailed it with the video. There's a lot of really cool things going on um, along with the playthrough. So hope you guys enjoyed it, and go follow CSNY, their YouTube channel also, because they got a lot of other great videos coming out. This weekend I'm going up to Maine for my boys Thy Enemy. Thy Enemy. We're actually myself and CSNY. We're heading up there to do the video premiere release party, I should say, for Thy Enemy. We did their video, and it came out amazing. And those guys are a great band, and I can't wait to get up there on Saturday to play the show and do the video release party. So, yo, what's up in the Philippines, my friend? I've never been there. I'd love to go to the Philippines. Maybe we can book me a solo gig, man. Private message me. Maybe we can figure that out. I love Filipino food. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna just do my jam. You know me. I like to run through my backing tracks. It's kind of my rehearsal regimen, and then after that, I have to work on some El Nino stuff. So maybe I'll play some El Nino songs for you guys. What do you think of that? That would be new and different, right? Because I'm getting ready to start this El Nino tour, and I'm very excited about it. We're gonna be playing a lot of the old stuff off the Revolution record, off Confessions. It's gonna be cool. It's good to reconnect with those guys. Like I've been saying, it's like a whole new band, new singer who I'm a huge fan of, Marcos. Um, big fan of that dude. I've been following him for a long time. I've played shows with him and his band Shattered Sun over the years, and that had a big part in me doing this El Nino reunion between that and reconnecting with Laz and Dave and all the other new guys in the band, Danny, percussionist, and it's gonna be good. I'm excited for this, and the new record we got, it's gonna slay. You guys are gonna love it, and I really appreciate all the support and the positive feedback about my return to El Nino. It's really been overwhelming, and I'll tell you, man, we're gonna be coming and putting on a very professional and energetic show. So be ready, guys. I'm coming out swinging, literally. So yeah, let's do it. All right, guys. I want to run through my tracks today, and then I gotta go because I have a very special interview I'm doing with one of my favorite singer guitar players and frontman from one of my favorite bands of all time. Is Havoc. I love Havoc. I've toured with those guys a lot. I think they're one of the best thrash bands of all time. I think those guys have definitely earned their spot as being in the thrash elite. And I'm doing an interview today in a little bit, right after my live feed, with the amazing David Sanchez. So he's got his own podcast. He asked me to be part of it, and I'm super excited to talk to Dave. I haven't seen him in a long time, and I've always had a big respect for Dave and his talent. And it's gonna be great. I can't wait to sit down and talk and just talk. So it's gonna be a good time. I'm sure you guys will be able to follow that on Dave's. I think he has a YouTube channel or podcast wherever he's streaming from. I'm sure you can find it. So good. All right, let's rock. I'm just gonna do my normal. This is my normal practice regimen, guys, where I just run through my backing tracks, and that way I'm always prepared to play a show. It's kind of like exercising. You just gotta go through the motions and do what you're used to doing. So that's what I'm gonna do today. I can talk. my real drummer, Anthony DeVizio. I like play with him for my solo stuff. Nobody else. And he plays shows with me sometimes when he can. We're getting ready to start a new record, ADF. Thank you, comrade, for the tip. I appreciate it, bro. Thank you very much. Yo, Brian. Yeah, I'll be out in California, I think in March, in Rizzo. Yeah, guys, you can tip me now. Thank you. I appreciate the tips. I don't know yet, Brian. Probably LA. Poland. I love Poland. Maybe, I don't know, man. Maybe a little Rizzo. That's right, bro. Thank you for the tip, bro. Thank you, guys. Yeah, so I got the tips going now. I got this YouTube channel monetized. Yo, big thank you to the very beautiful Little C at CSMY Productions for helping me getting this all going. Again, during the pandemic, um, again, I've said it before. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but it was a really, fend for yourself time. I believe in the music business, and you know, I remember who did what and who didn't do nothing. And big props to CSMY for doing my video work, helping me here on YouTube, getting monetized. Uh, being enabling for you guys to leave tips now here on YouTube. It's a very great thing, and I'm super appreciative. And I know you guys are too. And we're gonna be bringing a lot lot more great content for you guys. So be ready. It's a great thing, and it's great to have people in my life that are supporting me now and go out of the way to try to do the right thing to help me for you guys, so that I can do these type of live feeds and make it worth everybody's time. I feel you might be able to get it still when you follow it. It might come up. You are, yeah, I don't know. I'll deal with that later, bro. you know, yeah. So no, I'm very excited. Now I can put a lot more time and energy into this YouTube channel, guys. That's right, Brandon Vince. Shout out to CSNY. You know, they've been a huge help. Little C over there has been a major help in helping me get all my stuff more professional and get it out there in people's faces. Again, when the pandemic hit, it was just basically like, um, you know, figure it out. So that's what I'm doing, and we're doing it, and we're making a lot of progress, and good things are happening here. And we're, like I said, providing awesome content, professional content. You got to see my new video that just dropped yesterday for the song Signum. It's great. It's awesome. You know, it's really it's one of my favorite videos I've ever done. So yeah, shout out to CSMY and all the good things that are to come. We got a lot of other awesome professional videos, and like I said, more content, more live videos like this. Other bands, we're doing other band videos too. So good things are coming, guys. You can see it, professional things. So let's keep moving. Just running through my tracks today. This is how I like to wake up my day. Is get up and just play guitar, drink coffee, strong coffee. Paranoid. Yeah, I can play Paranoid, but I don't know. Do you want me to play Paranoid? We'll play that and Hail the Horns. Yeah, so come see Hail the Horns. We play that song. All right, here's one of my favorites. I always play this song. Might do it a little different this time. Let's see. Yo, what's good, everyone? What's going on? So, you guys got any questions that you all want to talk about? Now's the time. Again, thank you for leaving those tips. I appreciate the tipping. Yes, my YouTube channel now, you're able to tip, which is great. I really appreciate everyone. It's much appreciated. You know, now I really got to play the songs you guys request, right? If you leave me a tip, then absolutely I will do that. As long as I know it and remember it. Sometimes I forget songs, you know. There's a lot of music to remember. A lot of stuff in my little head. But at least I admit to it. Anyway, I gotta make this one a little short because, like I said, I'm about to do a podcast today with one of my favorite frontmen in the band Havoc, with Dave Sanchez, who I'm super stoked to talk to. I haven't seen that dude in a while. He's an awesome dude, incredible talent, super talented guitar player, super talented singer. Um, Kind of guy that goes on stage and gives 100%, sings and plays and does everything on the reel. So I'm super excited to talk to Dave. You know, I toured with him years ago with Havoc and Soulfly. Man, it was a great tour. I had such a good time hanging out with Dave and Reese and Pete. Nothing but fun. Those guys shred, serious shredders, seriously cool dudes, and super excited to talk to Dave today. It's been a long time since I've seen my buddy, so it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good podcast. What else, play the flood solo. You know, I don't know the flood solo. Sorry, man. I love that solo. Love Dime. Um, I don't know it. Sorry, I should learn it. It's a great solo. Great solo. Love Dime. I always say, man, Dime was one of my favorite guitar players of all time. Um, Love it. But you know, honestly, my favorite era of Dime was like the Cowboys from Hell. I still get so much inspiration from that record, man. You know, have you ever thought about doing lessons on your riffs? Um, yeah, you know, I used to do lessons, and I don't know, I just kind of nobody wants to pay anymore. To be honest with you guys, you know, giving guitar lessons used to be something where you could really make a living off it, and I had a lot of friends that did it for a living. And I've just noticed how in the last maybe 10 years since YouTube, nobody really wants lessons anymore. It's just something people go on YouTube and take free lessons now. Um, you know, if you want to hit me up for specific things, I always say hit me up on Cameo, and I can show you how to play something. I don't like to get too into detail. I just don't really have the time to teach anymore like I used to. But you can hit me up on Cameo if you want to know how to play a riff. Write me on Cameo. I was doing that for a while, where I give you a shout out, show you how to play a riff, break it down. Um, so yeah, hit me up on Cameo, and I can show you how to play riffs here and there. But I don't really do lessons anymore. I just don't really have that kind of time anymore. So sorry. But probably here on YouTube, you know, I may do some playthroughs and talk about riffs. Um, and yeah, you know, I'll probably do that at some point as this channel grows and you guys request things for me. I probably will do some playthrough breakdowns of riffs and songs, especially explain to you how a lot of songs were written, because honestly, a lot of you guys are just not getting the truth um, in the situation of how certain riffs, certain records, you know, were written. You're getting a lot of false information. Um, Tunings, fingerings, you know, it's actually very comical. So yeah, I probably will eventually do some breakdowns here on YouTube to really explain how songs were really written honestly, um, and how to play them correctly. That's the other thing. So yes, I will probably do that, and that's what's cool about this YouTube channel is that you know you're coming here and you're hearing it honestly and the truth about how things were done. Plus the other things that I have a great memory. You know, I never got involved in drugs. I remember things exactly the way things went down. I have a lot of mental notes, and I can not only can I explain to you the way riffs were written and how they were created in the studio on all the records I've been part of, but I can also talk about what gear I used. I specifically remember what strings I used, even what kind of picks, what guitars, what amps, what pedals. I mean, I can specifically remember everything like it was yesterday. Um, Keep off drugs, kids, and keep away from freaking smoking pot because that'll ruin your head too. Trust me. Trust me. Just drink coffee. That's what I do. Are you still in touch with Dennis Kimack? Of course. And John D. Domenico. Who is this, man? Who are you, bro? Tell me who you are. Reveal yourself, friend. Um, yes, that's awesome. You brought those names up, whoever this is. Obviously, you're someone from my area. Those two guys were huge influence on me growing up as a kid. That's who taught me how to play. John D. Domenico and Dennis Kimack. Those were guys from my area here in New Jersey who taught me everything. I learned all my theories, scales. They were excellent teachers. Um, from what I consider the golden era of guitar playing in the 80s. They grew up and were kids, and I was a little bit younger than them, and they really, those two guys were probably two of my biggest teachers growing up as a kid. Dennis Kimack and John D. Domenico. They were huge influences on me. I really do owe everything that I do in guitar to those guys. I was a young kid, and they really took me under their wing and taught me so much about rock guitar and jazz and scales and theory. They really opened up my mind to so much stuff, and still to this day, um, that I owe it all to them. Those two guys, and there was other guys I took lessons with over the years too. But those two guys specifically were a very big part of my early beginnings on the guitar. And I think Dennis still teaches. So if you're in the New Jersey area, he's kind of a very popular teacher to take lessons from. A lot of times in this area where I live, when people ask me for lessons, I'm like, man, you got to hit up Dennis because he's the guy. He really teaches very well. Explains things awesome. As does John D. Domenico. I'm not sure if he teaches anymore, but man, he was a great guitar player too. Both those guys were hella shredders, man, and very knowledgeable too. They had a great sense of theory and reading, and they really opened up my mind. I could really go on, and maybe one day we'll do a show in Jersey. That would be awesome, to have like a guitar trio jam somewhere at a club or something. That's something I'll have to reach out to those guys and see if they'd be down to do it. Cool. So you got a friend in Carlstadt who knows you. Cool. That's cool, dude. I like to talk about it, because like when I was growing up as a kid, especially here in New Jersey, metal was so popular, like in the 80s around my area. Everybody wanted to be a guitar player. It was such a huge thing growing up, as for anyone, I guess, in any part of the country, but for me in New Jersey, it was huge. Heavy metal and hardcore punk and even jazz music in New York City. It was a very musical area, and I was at the right place, right time. I think as a kid, where I just jumped on the guitar, man, from the time I was like 8 years old, and I was very lucky to have guys like Dennis and John that lived in my area. And even other friends of mine that were all metalheads that turned me on to all this like new music, it was just an exciting time, man, and it really influenced me still to this day. I mean, my favorite music still from this day is like early 80s thrash metal, hardcore punk, instrumental guitar, hair metal. I love all that stuff. That's the music that I grew up on and that I still love to this day. right, guys. Well, any more last questions here for me? I got to get out of here. Like I said, I got to get ready for this podcast that I'm doing um, with the super talented Dave Sanchez. I'm really excited to talk to him, man. Again, I always say Havoc is, when people say to me like, what's a newer band that you love? I always say Havoc. The Havoc was just they played the exact music that I love, which is late '80s thrash metal, but they took it to the next level. They took that uh, Slayer, Exodus, Testament sound, and Overkill, one of my favorite bands of all time too. And Havoc like took it to the next level. So if you don't know Havoc, I'm sure you do. But if you don't, go check out Havoc because those guys are, I think, some of the best stuff in metal right now. Yeah, what up, Brandon? You have a good day too, dude. So yeah, I'll probably be on later on tonight. Tomorrow I'm heading up to Maine to do. We're playing a big video release party for Thy Enemy. My party's in Thy Enemy up in Bangor, Maine, kid. It's gonna be a wicked piss of a show. Be lobster up there. And so it's gonna be good. It's CSMY who does all my videos. We did a great video for Thy Enemy, and it's gonna be a video release party, and it's gonna be a good time, man. Always a great time going up to Maine. So if you're in the area, come up to the show. Cool. What up, Within Machine? How are you? All right, guys. Let me get ready for this podcast, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.